Hi friends, welcome to the final part of the series. We are deriving or proving the quadratic formula as promised. We're going to be doing this using the technique we learned in lesson 3, that is completing the square. So I highly recommend that you go watch that one first, get comfortable with completing the square, then come back. Okay, so you start off by writing the general quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c. Nice. What you want to have the x squared by itself. We must get rid of that a. So we're going to divide by a, but we must divide everything, because we can't just divide one term by a. So we must divide everything to bring the balance. Okay, so we get rid of that so that we can be left with x squared. Now things look good. Plus c over a equals to 0. Like I advised in the previous lesson that I prefer to always take the number without x to the other side. Okay, let's keep eliminating. Equals to, it is positive here. So when it goes there, it's going to become negative. So it's going to be negative c over a. Great. Remember, completing a square is taking the coefficient of x multiplied by half and square. So b over a multiplied by half and square. Right? So let's bring it in. X squared plus b over ax plus that boy. B over a multiplied by half squared equals to minus c over a plus. Remember, what you do on the left, you must also do on the right. So it's going to be b over a multiplied by half squared. Right? I hope you're still with me. Now we must multiply what's inside the bracket. X squared plus b over a x plus b multiplied by 1 is going to be b. A multiplied by 2 is going to be 2a. And then we have that squared equals to negative c over a plus, we're going to have the same thing, b over 2a squared. Great. Remember what I said last time? I said the number you get inside the bracket before you square, that's going to be your factor. Keep that in mind. We're going to need it. All right. So we go on. Plus b squared is just b squared. 2 squared is 4. A squared is a squared equals to minus c over a plus, we're going to get the same thing like that, b squared over 4a squared. Great. Remember what I said? I said on the left hand side you must factorize, and it's going to be a perfect square. So the factors are exactly the same. They are identical. Factorize x. What is the factor? The number inside the bracket before you square. So our factor is going to be plus b over 2a plus b over 2a. Great. Equals to minus c over a plus b squared over 4a squared. Now we have two brackets that are exactly the same. They are identical. We're going to write 1 and put a square. Okay, equals to. Now on the right hand side, we're going to look for LCD. So we're going to take 4a squared, because a can go into 4a squared and 4a squared can go into 4a squared. When a go into 4a squared, it will leave 4a, because a is going to cancel 1a there. So 4a multiplied by that numerator is going to be 4ac plus, when 4a squared divide 4a squared is going to be 1. 1 times that numerator b squared is going to be b squared. Great. We can now go on. The goal is to solve for x. So we must put a square root so that we can remove the square. Let's do that in this step. We have x plus b over 2a squared equals to, remember on the right hand side, the square root must come with a plus or a minus. Plus or minus the root of minus 4ac plus b squared over 4a squared. Great. Square root cancels the square. X plus b over 2a equals to plus or minus. I want you to look at the denominator. 4 can be crushed by a square root, is 2. A squared can be crushed by a square root, it's just a. So only the top part is going to remain inside a square root or under a square root, but the bottom part is going to be 2a, because square root of 4 is 2. Square root of a squared, square root cancels the square. Now we want x. We're going to transpose the b over 2a. We take b over 2a to the other side. We're going to have minus b over 2a plus or minus root of. Look, it doesn't matter whether you start with the b squared or you start with the minus 4ac. So I'll just start with the b squared simply because I know how the quadratic formula looks like. So I'm going to start with a positive b squared, follow it by minus 4ac over 2a. What I'm saying is, if I have minus x plus y, I can write that as y minus x. It doesn't matter, as long as the x is still negative and the y still positive. Okay, you can just swap it however you like, as long as you respect the signs. Great. Now let's go on. If you have 2 over 3 plus 4 over 3, the denominators are the same. You can just keep that denominator and add the numerators. Alright, so that's going to be 6 over 3. That will give you 2. Yes. Now we're going to do the same thing here. We have 2a as a denominator, 2a as a denominator. So we can just write one denominator and add everything on top. So we're going to say 2a is the denominator. Then we're going to add everything on top. We have negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. And that is the quadratic formula. I hope you could follow, and I hope you understood everything. If I confused you somewhere, please feel free to ask, and then I'm going to assist you. Okay, let me give you homework so you can practice. Go use px squared plus qx plus k equals to 0. Complete the square. It's going to look like a quadratic formula at the end if you did everything correctly. I want you to share your answers with me under the comment section. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. I can say no.